Peace. So as of a couple hours ago, Trump has put a 90-day hold on tariffs. Stock market has shot up. Okay. So for the past 72 hours, it's been mass hysteria on the probability, on the what if it don't work, and this pending recession and all things bad that could potentially take place. So all of this information from either side, Republicans, Democrats, can we all agree that it's a form of propaganda? Is there some truth to it? Yes, it's some truth to it on both sides. But is it as truthful and meaningful as one side or the other is making it sound like? So you either a politician, so this is your job, all right? This is what you do. You talk a good talk. Or you some talking head, supposed journalist for some major news network. And that's your job as well, meaning that you can talk a good one. It's ironic how we've all become so pro-political, right? We all, and I'm saying we, me included, we all are experts in politics. That's crazy. The difference would be, I would argue that some are policy driven and some are emotionally driven, right? Do you care about the person or the policy? And if you don't like the person, I'm still putting that in the category whether or not you care about the person or the policy. I always like to preference what I'm looking at, what information I'm taking in, that I don't know the inner workings and I'm not super knowledgeable in the workings of politics. And this shit is geopolitical, right? This is global politics. Global politics. So again, I preface it by thinking to myself that I don't know the inner workings. I don't know what the strategy is or what the conversations are behind the scenes, right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't know. So you have to just take the information on face value that you are taking in, and you have to try to weed out the truth more so than what they're giving. So in my perspective, it is the Democrats against the Trump administration. Now, what I have seen is Democrats, some congressmen, congresswomen say that they don't have a policy or agenda to right the ship. They're more so concerned about stopping Trump in his takeover or throwaway of the Constitution. This is what I've seen some of the congressmen and congresswomen on the Democratic side say about Trump. So they are saying they have no policy or no agenda to straighten the ship out. They just want to stop what Trump is doing to bring things back to normal. When I hear that, I think normal. Normal is fucked up, though. Normal was fucked up. So would that be the correct thing to do? Now, in my career, if this was the company, so thinking of how you can solve some issues, and if you got two different sides that's opinionated, that's supposed to be headed in the same direction, right? So if both sides are headed in the same direction, each side has to bring a game plan on how we get to the destination. So I don't need to be in politics to understand that that should be part of the solution. What is the Democratic side of solving? So you think about the tariffs and the quote unquote abuse that other countries have been doing to the U.S. Everybody across the board agrees that it's abuse. Democrats and Republicans alike. It's old videos going around. Reagan, Biden, Obama, Pelosi, all of these cats talking about the abuse that's been used to take advantage of the U.S. So there's no argument about that. So let's be objective about this and say that the argument is they don't like how he's doing it. He being Trump. They don't like how he is implementing his strategy. Okay, fair enough. What's the solution though? What is the Democratic path to make the playing field more even? Because all the griping about Trump isn't giving solutions. So if the agreement is that the U.S. has been taken advantage of, how do you fix that? Right? And I'm going to take some talking points, right? Because there's talking points. You got to take the talking points so y'all can understand, because they saying this shit everywhere. So fear mongering. Absolutely, it absolutely is some fear mongering. Is there some truth in there? Hell yeah, there's truth in there. My 401k took a hit. Okay, and that's predicated off the stock market and Trump going back and forth with the world about tariffs. Yeah, hell yeah, of course. And nobody has felt no actual effect from the tariffs as of right now today. But it's the potential, right? It's like this is going to happen, and Americans, the common American, is going to be taxed $3,000 per household or something to that effect. And when I hear that, what I thought about was when Obamacare came into effect, my medical insurance went up. The medical insurance I was paying for, it went up to help subsidize the Obamacare. That don't mean I was against it. I'm just saying, like, it's a cause and effect, right? It happens. I was always taught when you get in a leadership role, sometimes, more times than not, you would have to make the hard decisions that isn't agreeable amongst everybody, right? So will some people get affected by the tariffs and higher price points being put on normal everyday goods? Hell yeah, we all gonna be affected if it happens, right? And my gut feeling is telling me like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, okay. So when we talk about Doge and cutting all those jobs, and it seems that there's no empathy because it affects people's lives. I like to deal with real I like to deal with real experiences that I actually went through that coincides with what's going on right now. So my previous job, over 100 people got laid off. And it wasn't an immediate layoff. It was like a 3 to 6 month time frame. It happened in waves. So a lot of people were worried about their livelihood. So I experienced that. I was there with people. I understood what the concerns were. And it's the same sentiments with the people being laid off from the education sector, from the federal government. Absolutely, I understand it. Even that, Democrats still agree that the government is bloated, but they don't like how it's being done. And what we know the government does, they drag their feet for 3, 5, 10 years, and nothing never gets done. And let me tell you this. It's over for us. All of these things that's taking place, it'll affect us to a certain degree, but it's really for the future. It's for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That's what it's for. It's for your kids. It's for your grandkids. It ain't for our ass. Our ass is fucked. It's over with. So niggas gotta make a sacrifice, right? It's a sacrifice that's being made. So supposedly, Trump is trying to get China in alignment and trying to ensure that the U.S. is and stay the superpower. Also, trying to make the government more efficient. I don't know, right? You taking it from what is said, right, through the propaganda. I'm sure there's some truth in there. Is there some underlying shit in there that we don't know about? That shit happens across the board. My main stance is that how we picking and choosing who the bad guy is. Trump the bad guy? Man, Biden the bad guy? Obama the bad guy? What is the criteria to say who the bad guy is though? That's crazy work. I don't know how we lambasting Trump and we can't lambaste everybody else. Now I'm sure you could say that, well, it's Trump's turn because he's the president. Okay, I agree with that, right? So how you gonna lambaste Biden when he ain't in office right now? Well, I would say a lot of punk shit that he did got us into the situation that we in right now, right? That's how we can hold Biden ass accountable. And Democrats was voting for this nigga and pushing him when shit turned out all fucked up, right? We know that for a fact. And when we talk about Trump, we speaking about the potential, like what could be. That's crazy. That's crazy work. So the Trump administration, they also saying what could potentially be. And they're not giving no guarantees. But what I can give you a guarantee on, this shit gonna go down in history. Whether he wins or he loses off his strategy. Because what he's doing is he putting a display on leadership and strategy for the world to see. I, for one, like it because I like strategy. And this shit, again, is geopolitical. It's political warfare. It's a real masculine overtone. And I appreciate it. So, I guess this video is about what's the alternative? Trump policies or what? How do you correct the ship? Like, how do you get the ship going in the right direction? Because clearly we was going in the wrong direction. That's a fact, right? You can't argue that. You can argue it if you're being emotional and being a fucking child. You can argue it all you want and just bring up talking points about a bunch of shit, you know, about favoritism and having money and this not happening and because who you are, they wouldn't do this. That shit happened all day and night though. That shit happened all the time. People with money get privileges. They do certain shit. They got the money to execute. They got the money to get out of jail. We know this shit though. So we putting it on Trump, but fucking everybody fucking do it. Right? So again, what's the alternative? The tariffs, he put the 90-day hold on it. He's gyrating the world. He say it's for the betterment of America. Is it? It remains to be seen. However, he definitely making these niggas come to the table though. He's shaking shit up. And everybody knew he was gonna shake shit up because he said he was gonna shake shit up. That's the other thing that's crazy. He said he was gonna shake this shit up. And when he say nobody else had the balls to do it, that's a fact. And how we know it's a fact? Because nobody fucking done it. That's how. He had the balls to do it. And he gambling everything. Now you could say like, well, I don't want him to gamble my shit. Nigga, if you own this land, that's the U.S., United States of America's land, then you ain't got no fucking choice to the matter. I didn't have no choice when fucking Biden was doing whatever the fuck he was doing, when Obama was doing whatever the fuck he was doing. You just go with it. So stop bitching and moaning, right? You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like Trump. You don't have to like his policies. That's cool. It's hypocritical, and they all be on bullshit, right? They all be on bullshit. It's just your turn now. That's it. It's his turn, and I'm curious. I want to see how it play out. Because no matter how it play out, we fucking here now. And stop being a fucking victim, crying and whining about a bunch of bullshit with no solutions, no different avenue to take. Just being a fucking Trump stopper. Fuck that. Being a Trump stopper isn't going to benefit your fucking grandkids, right? The fuck out of here. That's the video, man. Comment. Let me know what you think about it. If you think his policies is fucking stupid, put it in the comments, man. Let me know. I'm replying to the comments. We could chop it up. You know, that's what it is. It's all a dialogue. We all here, so we can communicate. You know, we can be adults. We can agree to disagree, and just move forward. Cause it's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's the video, man. Peace.